Hey there, folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Evening Goose. Once again, I am your host, Andrew Ginsberg. I'm a former tech employee turned stand-up comedian, and now I spend all my time diving into the latest and greatest stories in AI, technology, space, and beyond. In today's episode, it's a little bit of beyond, it's a little bit of technology, a little bit of both, a little mixture. Because today we're talking about something truly haunting, Facebook. Not just because it ruined democracy and your relationship with your aunt, although that too, but because millions of its users are actually dead, and yet they're still getting a lot of birthday wishes. So today we're asking the big, weird, maybe too real question, not what happens after you die, what happens to your Facebook after you die? And more importantly, can you like something from beyond? I've had a few friends pass away this year, and it got me thinking about Facebook. I noticed that a lot of people in their lives, family, friends, still comment on their Facebook pages on their birthdays and wish them a happy birthday in heaven, or they'll tag them in a picture of an empanada and say, thinking of you, I know you love empanadas, I know you're here with me right now as I eat empanadas, and it's all sort of memorialized on Facebook. Now, I like to think that when I die, I probably won't be scrolling anymore. That's just my guess. I don't think I'll be looking at Facebook anymore in the afterlife. It's just, I don't know what happens when you die, but if I'm still logged into Facebook, kill me again. But it just kind of got me thinking, this sort of behavior of folks who are dealing with grief, exercising their grief on Facebook, and people who are affected by being dead, still being alive on Facebook, adds up to what I think might be one big cultural problem. And so with that in mind, folks, I thought, let's get into it. As of 2024, over 300 million Facebook users are no longer alive. And by 2100, if no one deletes their account, there'll be more dead people on Facebook than living ones. That means it's not a social network anymore. You can't network socially if everybody's dead. It's more like a weird digital cemetery of food pictures. It's not like a peaceful graveyard with marble and trees. This one's gonna be filled with minion memes and political rants. Now, Facebook already knows that this is obviously a problem. That's why they created memorialization. When someone dies, their profile can be memorialized, basically frozen in time. You can also assign a legacy contact, I guess somebody who manages your Facebook page after you die. They're like the arbiters of your estate, but your estate is just a bunch of weird comments from 2009. But here's the thing, most people, they never set up a legacy contact. So their accounts just kind of sit there and decay, frozen, forgotten, trapped in like 2008. And occasionally they pop up like a ghost. I'll get a notification. Don't forget to wish Jessica a happy birthday. It's like, yo, Jessica died in a terrible car crash. What are we doing here? And then there's Facebook's AI generated memory feature. Here's a moment you shared with your dad 12 years ago. I don't want to think about this right now. Why do you have to automatically send me this kind of grief? Sometimes these dead accounts even show up in friend suggestions. Hey, we know you don't like your friends who are alive. Have you considered connecting with someone who's been gone for 15 years? All Facebook wants is engagement, even if you don't have a pulse. And here's the real existential stuff and where we get evening goosey with it, baby. Who owns your data after you die? Technically, you do. But when you're 6 feet under, your terms of service don't really mean too much, do they? But when they're under the ground, we're gonna own their data, because what are they gonna do about it? Facebook ends up with all your data. Posts, photos, stories, DMs, likes, your messenger chats. They're holding on to your personality forever. Right now, luckily, the data just floats. But what about in the distant, insane future? So let's talk about the creepy future. Meta and a bunch of other weird AI grief startups are already creating apps that use AI to simulate people who have died. This is AI-generated versions of your loved ones. Chatbots trained on their messaging history, voice clones that sound just like them. It's not science fiction, it's something weird called grief tech. And it's coming fast, like everything else. This is a warning, folks. Now here's the question that I think nobody wants to ask. Is this supposed to be healing, or is this just more exploitation on behalf of the giant tech companies? I'm leaning towards exploitation, people. Grief is one of the hardest, most personal experiences that we go through as humans. And these tools, they prey on that as a way to offer comfort, as a way to help you say goodbye. You can talk to someone again. You can hear their voice when you miss them. But is it really them? Or is it just some weird robot designed by Mark Zuckerberg that sounds like them? If grief has a reply button, then you never have to really go through the process of letting go, which in my opinion is a fundamental part of being a human being. You could spend years talking to a chatbot version of your mom. Why won't you cut your hair? It still looks like this. Come on, it's 2047 already. Or texting your best friend's ghost. Hey man, you would have loved the iPhone 42. It's crazy. And maybe, just maybe, and this is scary, you start preferring the chatbot to your mom, to your friend, to your memories. Just becomes part of the never-ending technology loop. All these companies care about is profits and engagement, and your grief helps them make more of that. And remember, these AI ghosts, they don't just talk. As machine learning becomes more prominent, they learn, they evolve. They might start saying things the real person never would because the algorithm has no soul. Just a really detailed archive of who you used to be with some good guessing going on. So as always in technology, the big question isn't can we do this? The question is, should we? So look, I get it. Death is hard. I'm going through a bit of grief right now myself. That's why I'm growing this weird beard. And if there were a button that enables you to talk to somebody who's moved on, I get most people would want to press it. That's not a real conversation. It's just an echo of what was. We're not just building tools to grieve. We're building a business model around loss. And if we don't start asking these serious questions now, we might live in a world where death is not just final, it's then monetized like everything else. So maybe, just maybe, as some parting words, go into your Facebook settings, set your legacy contact, delete your cringy posts, and leave a note in your will that says, no matter what happens, don't turn me into an AI assistant. Folks, thanks for watching this week's Evening Goose. I hope you found this interesting. Like, subscribe, support the channel, and we will see you next time. Thank you, folks.